I love running a firm. I love being able to help the most people possible, which really is only something that can be done if we can get our message out and have that message resonate with them. So I'm Vanessa Vasquez from the Vasquez Lara Law Group. We help professionals when their family problems become legal problems. So I've been practicing almost 20 years. I became a bar attorney in 2003, and I never thought that I would own my own firm, but you do what you got to do. So when the kids started school, it allowed me a little bit of time to kind of start figuring out what my next move was going to be. And by the time that the next school year rolled around, we kind of had rented some space and started the firm. The reality is that it was sort of like a very organic start. I started with one client, then two, then three. It was me and a paralegal and a file clerk and an assistant, everybody part-time. We just kept growing. And now we are in a really beautiful space team, and we're up to, I want to say, 18 employees. So I joined BNI, and they sort of recruited me. So I joined, and that was a really great experience. And at that time, Will was I think it was regional director. So he would come to our meetings, and he's such a phenomenal speaker that, once you meet him, once you hear him talk, especially like at a BNI where it's about sales and about, growing your business, that's really, I think, so impactful. It was definitely not when we met, because the reality is that I was too small to realize that I needed any kind of training or any kind of help. The best thing, and he's going to laugh when he hears this, but best thing was that I told him I needed to win my BNI commercial. So there was a plan of action that you needed to put into place so that I could win, because I never would win our commercials. And we did. It was the most excellent commercial. So together with everything else that he did for our firm, with our messaging and, how we were connecting with our clients, that was part of it. Me being able to speak in a way that my referral partners could understand what I did. And I'm sure that that was very memorable to anybody that was present that morning. There just came a point where I realized that I needed somebody who spoke the marketing language. That's really not me. I have a business degree, but I don't remember any of that stuff. And having to think like our clients do and figure out the messaging that will resonate with them and figure out exactly what they need to hear from us in order to feel that we are the right law firm for them. All of that is something that I was struggling with, and I needed somebody that could sort of be that, like I said, that Vanessa translator. But I love running a firm, and I love being able to figure out how we can help the most people possible, which really is only something that can be done if we can get our message out to as many people as possible and have that message resonate with them so that they come and, they hire our firm. Sure. So, I think the biggest thing is helping us to communicate with our ideal clients. You guys have been really impactful in being able to figure out what channels we want to use, what the message we want, what it is that we want our clients to know, and also sales training. Will's done a lot of work with multiple members of our staff in order to help to be able to have that sales conversation, because at the end of the day, we can't serve people if we can't sell them on the fact that they need to buy our services. So, he has been instrumental in helping with that process of helping our attorneys to talk through, practice, try out the different conversations that can come up when they're having those initial consultations. So it's kind of like fractional chief sales officer and chief marketing officer, in the sense that he helps us with the marketing message and where and how we need to be putting that marketing message out, but also with that sales component where we try to make sure that our team is delivering the message that can help to make that sales conversation better. There's so many things that he really took off my plate that I was able to just kind of like forward to him, have him figure out, is this something that I should even be spending my time on? And he was really instrumental in allowing me that peace of mind of knowing that there was somebody that I trusted that was kind of managing that piece of it. Having Will there allows us to know what are some of the best practices? What are some of the things that he's already done with clients? We did a campaign in December for people who were having issues with holiday timesharing. It kind of looks like we really didn't get very many clients out of it, but we walked away for under $2,000. We walked away with, growing our brand, growing the ability to be able to speak to those people who did demonstrate that they had some interest in the message that we were putting out, learning a little bit more about our audience and what's attractive to them and what's not. And that's really what Will helps us to do, to process some of that information in a way that even if it's not necessarily a super, hit out of the park this time, it allows us to continue to keep refining our message and refining how we are putting it out there in a way that we know that those home runs are coming. It's countless hours of, that Will spends on preparing things, on getting things to the place where they need to be. So the reality is that if I was doing all of that, if I was putting all of that on my plate, I wouldn't be able to have the breakdown of time the way that I do. I mean, I take the kids to school. It's really throughout the years, my schedule has really varied to where before I used to get out to get the kids from school at 3 o'clock. And that can only happen when you have good people on your team, when you have good people helping you. Your most valuable resource is your time. You have to learn how to delegate. You have to learn that good is the enemy of perfect. You have to learn that, that done is, there's nothing better than just getting it done, even if it's not perfect. So by having those key people on your side and on your team, you're really able to comfortably delegate a lot of things that are important to be able to have that time for your family, for your kids, for yourself, and for the rest of your team. If I was managing all the things that, that I have other people manage for me, I mean, I'd be working 24/7. So this year we are looking to be a $3 million firm. We're working on it. It's exciting when you think about creating something that will have such a lasting legacy and impact in our community and in my family. I mean, I come from immigrants. I moved to Miami when I was 10 years old. My parents have really been able to see their sacrifices take hold and be able to, to say kind of like, this is why we did it. This is why we left our country. This is why we came to a land of opportunity.